Hello my dear YouTube friends, welcome to Crochet the Zen. The weather is very fine at the moment, so I like to show you how you can make this wonderful summer beanie. I'm sitting outside and crocheting. You can hear some noise, some birds, or my dog ever, or a car is driving on the road. But for sure I hope it doesn't matter. I have made this one already, and I have made a little one as well. It works the same way as the bigger one. I just have stopped after 13 centimeters to make some more change, and I have stopped in after here. I just only crochets in the end 2 lines half double crochets and 5 lines single crochets. So this is what you can do as well if you like, if you can do this one. But now, and for sure I forget something, this one I have crocheted with a hook number 4, so it's getting smaller. That's the difference, you see. And this one, the bigger one, I will crochet with a hook number 5. So what we are needing is a grain cotton yarn. It's 3 till 4, and a turquoise yarn. It's a cotton mix yarn. It's 5 till 6, and a blue one also 5 till 6. So but before we are starting, I like to tell you how you can get the right size for your beanie. It's very easy. It's just take the length of your head. Mine is nearly 54 centimeters. Then divide it to 3.14, and after that you have to take away 2 centimeters. I will put some line in the video as well, so that you can get the right size for you. Now we are starting with the gray yarn. We are starting now. I take the hook number 5, and if you want to make the little ones, please start with the hook number 4. The rest is the same. So we are starting with a magical ring. Just put the yarn 2 times around your thumb. Go with the hook under the yarn. Take the yarn and make 1 loop. And we need 2 in the beginning, so just make a second one. Take the ring from your thumb, and now we are crocheting 11 half double crochets in this ring, so that we have with the first one together 12. I like to show you how half double crochets work. Just turn the yarn 1 time over the hook, go in the ring, take the yarn, so that you have got now 3 loops on your hook, and go through all 3 loops. These are half double crochets. So we are needing 11. This was our first one. Second. Third. And the fourth now. Fifth. Sixth. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now close the ring. And now we are closing this ring with a slip stitch. For that we are going in the second chain of the first loops we have made. Go through the chain and to the last chain you have made. Now you have closed this ring, strung the yarn, and now you can take this yarn with you so that you don't have to stitch them up in the end. In the next row we are crocheting single crochets and we double every chain. So we are starting with one loop and go in the first chain you have made, take the yarn so that you have got 2 loops on the hook and go to all 2 loops. And now we are knitting in the same chain another one. Just go with the hook through the hole and crochet 1 single crochets. This is what we have to do in the whole row, and go a second time in the chain, 1, and in the same chain a second time. And now I have to look. No, I've made them free here. So this was our second one. And now. This one was slipping away. And now we are doing our last one. Before we are closing now, we changed the colors. We start with the turquoise one. Just take the yarn and hold it here. Go through the first chain you have made in the last row. And now make one loop and go through the last chain as well. Just make it a little bit stronger, and for sure you can take the yarn with you, the turquoise yarn. On the next row we are crocheting half double crochets so that we are starting with 2 loops. This is what we are doing every time when we are crocheting half double crochets. And in the next line we are doubling every 3rd chain. So let's start. This is our first one. So now we have to make half double crochets. So just turn the yarn 1 time over the hook, go in the first chain, and go with the yarn, with the hook through all 3 chains. This was our second, and now is our third one, and there we are crocheting another half double crochet in the same chain. One, two, and now we are doubling just 2 times in the same chain. And now double again. I need some more yarn. One, two, and we are doubling the third. Just go with the hook in the same chain and double crochet there, a half double crochet. And this is the third one as well. So we have to double. This was our last one. So now we are changing the color again. For that, just take the gray yarn and go in the second chain you have made. Make 1 loop and go through all 2 loops. Before we are crocheting now, the next row, we are turning the turquoise yarn over the gray yarn. So we can take the yarn with us to get higher up in the rounds, and we don't have to stitch the yarns up in the end every time we change the colors. So now in the next row we are crocheting single crochets, and we are doubling every 4th row. We are starting every time when we are crocheting single crochets, we are starting with 1 loop. Just go in the first chain and crochet 1 single crochet. No. I need some more yarn. So this is what we are doing the whole round, and I think I will do it with you together, because in the next part I show you how you can change the colors and take it with you again, and how you can crochet double crochets for sure, because this is what we are going to make in the next row. I love these colors for the summer. And I take bigger hook because it has more to protect us and it hasn't to be warm. I hope so that we're getting a good summer in the end. The spring here was awful. Stormy, cold and rainy the whole time. So now we are coming in the end. We have made our last chain. And now we are changing the color again. But before we are doing this, just put the turquoise colored yarn and put it over the gray yarn. Now take the blue yarn. I have to search for the beginning. A motorbike. I like to tell you that I love to live on the land. Surely here's not so much noise. So now take the yarn, go with there here behind and go in the first chain you have made in the beginning and close like you've done it before with a slip stitch. Strong the gray yarn a little bit, and in this round you can take the blue yarn with you as well, so that you have to stitch up in the end. And before we are doing this, just take the gray yarn and the turquoise yarn and lay it over the blue yarn, you see, so that you take it with you higher in the next. Right, now we are crocheting, and the next round double crochets, and we are doubling every 5th chain. Every time when we are crocheting double crochets, we are starting with 3 loops. So now let's start 1, 2, 3, and these 3 loops are our first chain, so that we have now 1, go in the chain and crochet 1, double crochet. I show it slowly. Just yarn over 1 time, take the hook and go in the chain, take the yarn, go through the first 2 chains and to the last 2 chains, and then you have crochet 1 double crochets. This is our 3rd. Now is our 4th, and we have to double now every 4th. So it's the same meaning as the round before. We are just crocheting in the same chain 2 double crochets. This is what we are doing the whole round, and I think you can do it on your own, and we will meet as before we are closing to change the colors again. So now I'm in the end of this road, and we have to change the color again, but we take the blue, the turquoise yarn with us as well. Just take these 2 yarns, the gray and the turquoise, and lay it over the blue yarn. Now take the gray yarn and go in the 3rd chain, make 1 loop and then go with this loop through the last chain and close it with a slip stitch. Now take these 2 yarns again and put it over the gray yarn. And in the next round, we are crocheting half double crochets, and we are doubling every 5th chain, so that we are starting with 2 loops in the beginning. This is our first loop. I have to search for the second one. Now I get it. And go through all 3 chains. So just yarn over 1 time so that you have 3 loops on the hook, and go through all 3 chains. So this is our 3rd one, our 4th one, and now we are doubling so that we are crocheting a second half double crochet in the same chain. One, two, 3, 4, and in the 5th we are doubling. So we are crocheting 2 half double crochets in the first chain. This is what we are doing till we are finished the round, and I will mat you again before I close the row with a slip stitch. Before we are closing now, just lay the blue on the turquoise yarn or the gray yarn. Take now the turquoise yarn, turquoise, and go in the second chain you have made and close with a slip stitch. Now take the blue yarn and the gray yarn and lay it over the blue yarn, the turquoise yarn, sorry. So you take it up with you every step by step, so you don't have to stitch up many yarns in the end. On the next row, we are doubling every 6 chain, and we are crocheting triple crochets. For that we are starting with 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I like to show you how that works. If you are able to do double crochets, you can sure doing triple crochets. So now let me show you. Sorry. Turn the yarn over 2 times over the hook, so that you have got now 3 loops on your hook. Go with the hook in the first chain, take the yarn, so that you have got now 4 loops on the chain. Take the yarn and go through the first 2 loops, and that you have got 3 loops on your hook. Now go to the next 2 loops, and after that to the last 2 loops. These are triple crochets. I'll show you again slowly. Just yarn over 2 times, that you have got 3 loops on the hook. Go with the hook through the chain, take the yarn, and now you have got 4 loops on your hook. Go to the first 2 chains, to the second 2, and to the last 2. This is what we have to crochet the whole round, and we are doubling every 6 chain. I forget one. Oh, I go over one, so I have to do it again. and the last time. 2 times over the hook, go through the chain, the first 2 ones, the second 2 ones, and the last ones. This is our first chain. Now we have 5th and we are doubling the 6th. Just go with the hook 2 times in the same chain. And take the same chain and do it again. This is what we have to do the whole round, and we will mat before we are closing this round with a slip stitch. I have finished now this row, and I have a diameter from nearly 12 to 40 centimeters. So if you, one moment please. If you like to do the little cup for the children's, you can now stop to increase the change and just go on like I will show you in the next time. So we have to close this with a slip stitch. My dog ever he wants to play. For that, before we are doing this, just turn the yarn over again. Take the gray yarn, this yarn we'll need in the next round, and close it with a slip stitch. For that, just go in the 3rd chain you have made in the last row. Take the yarn and go through the last loop. Strong it a little bit, and now please turn the blue yarn and the turquoise yarn over the gray yarn so that you take it with you in a higher way. So. And the next row, we are crocheting single crochets. In the next 2 rows we are crocheting single crochets. In this row, we are starting with 1 loop, and we are doubling every 7 chain. So now search for the first chain. Nice, searching for the first chain. There was 1 yarn with me, so, and crochet 1 single crochet. After this row, we have to take a look if our diameter is grown up as long as we are needing it for stopping to increase the change. So now double every 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7 we are doubling. This is what we are doing the whole round, and we will mat again before I close this line with a slip stitch. I have finished now, and I have nearly now 40 centimeters, but that I think it's not enough for this beanie. So we have to double every 8 chain in the next row, but before we are taking every time the yarn with us, so just lay the blue and the turquoise yarn over the gray yarn. Take the gray yarn and close with a slip stitch in the first chain you have made in the beginning. Slips away, and we are crocheting our second row in single crochet, so we are starting with 1 loop and we are doubling every 8 chain now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we are doubling. We are going in the same chain 2 times and doubling 1 single crochet. This is what we have to do the whole round, and we met us again before we closed this row. I have now about 14 centimeters, but that's not enough. I need 15. My length of my head is 54 centimeters, and I divided till 3.14, and then I made minus 2 centimeters, so that we are in the end by 15 centimeters. So now we changed the color again, because before we are closing with a slip stitch, we just put the yarn around the gray yarn, and now take the blue yarn, go in the first chain, take the yarn, make 1 loop and go with this loop through the gray yarn again. Now take the gray yarn and the turquoise yarn and lay it over the blue yarn, and in the next round we are crocheting double crochets, so that we need in the beginning 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. This is our first chain, and in this row I have to double every 9th, so I will do it. 1, 2 is our second, this is our first, and this is our third now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I double the 9th. So I crochet 2 double crochets in the same chain. This is what we are going to do the whole round, and before I close with a slip stitch we will knit again. And now I have finished this round and for my head the diameter is now perfect, so make sure that is for your head as well. If your length is more than 54 centimeters, just make 1 round more and just go on like I show you, but double every 10th chain in the next round. You have a really big head, you have to double every 11, but for sure you can go with me as well, it just works the same. So now I stop here and I just take the yarn like every round, and now we are needing the gray one, so just close with a slip stitch in the 3rd chain you have made in the beginning of your row. Take the yarn, go through the chain and to the blue one as well. Now strong the blue yarn a little bit, and lay the blue and the turquoise yarn over the gray yarn. On the next 2 rows, we are crocheting single crochets. So we start every single crochet with a slip stitch, and we take the yarn one every time over the gray yarn, and after that we have to crochet. One moment. We are now here in this line, and in the next line, I will show. In the next lines, you have to crochet 2 rows single crochets. This is what we are doing at next. After that, you have to crochet 1 line treble crochets in turquoise. Then you have to crochet 2 lines single crochets in gray and 1 line in double crochets in blue. Please remember that you begin every row with single crochets with 1 loop, every row with double crochets with triple crochets, with 4 loops, and every row with double crochets with 3 loops. And if you have done this and I have done this, we will mat again. I have finished now my last row, the blue one with double crochets. So if you are doing the little version, you can stop here, and you have to crochet 2 rounds with half double crochets and 5 rounds with single crochets. Close every row with a slip stitch, and for the half double crochets, please start with 2 loops in the beginning, and for the single crochets you have to start with 1 loop in the beginning. Then you're finished with the little version. But now we have to go on with the big one. We are closing like we have done before. Just lay the yarn over the blue one, take the gray one now, and we are crocheting 1 round with half double crochets. Just make sure that this loop is getting smaller again. Lay the yarn over the gray yarn, and now we have to crochet 1 round with half double crochets. Just turn the yarn 1 time over the hook and go through the first chain and go through all 3 chains. This is what we have to do now, and for now you can take the blue yarn. Please cut it with the scissors. We don't need it any longer. And we can take it with us now. So here's the blue yarn. For sure you can stitch it up later. And 1 half double crochet. But if you do it now, you don't have to do it later, and you won't see it because we have got the same color. So this is what we have to do now, and we will see us again when we have finished this round. I have finished now, and now we have the turquoise color. Just yarn it over, and now we're changing the color the last time. Just take the first chain, the second chain you have made in the beginning, and close this round with a slip stitch. Our last colored round, we are not crocheting in treble crochets, we are just crocheting the last round in double crochet. So we start with 3 loops in the beginning, and we are crocheting now double crochets in the last round. So that is what we are doing the whole round, and we will mat again when we both have done it. I have finished this round now, and we are closing with a slip stitch. We're changing the color again, so we need the gray yarn. Just turn it one time over the blue yarn, turquoise yarn. Go in the 3rd chain you have made in the beginning, and close with a slip stitch. Now you can cut the turquoise yarn with the scissors. Here's mine. And you can take it with you, or you can stitch it up later, just like you wanted to do. I like to take it with me. So in this round we are crocheting one row half double crochets. So we are starting with two loops, and we just go in the first chain and crochet 1 round half double crochet. Now I forget to take the yarn with me, but this is what I want to do, so sorry I have to do it again. So this is my first chain. I just go in it and crochet 1 half double crochet. This is what you have to do the next round, and in the rounds following you have to crochet 5 rows with single crochets. Just start every round then with 1 loop, and after you have done it and I have done it, we will see us again. I'm in my last row now, and I hope I will get finished until it starts raining, because this is the summer in the north of Germany. One day the sun is shining and you have to go out, and after that new clouds are coming, and they told us that tomorrow it will be rain again, but it doesn't matter. I hope I get finished. Now is our last row. I have crocheted now 1 row 1 half double crochets and 5 rows with single crochets, and now I'm closing with a slip stitch, and for now it's finished. If you like to have a little border like I have done here, I will show you as well, but for sure you can stop here now. Make sure that your summer beanie is long enough, and if you think you need just a little more space, just crochet single crochets 1, 2 or 3 lines more, that doesn't matter. Here I stopped as well, so I have done it by the little ones 2 lines of half double crochets and 4 lines of single crochets. That is in the end of the little one. but I want to have a border here as well, so I like to show you. We are just closing with a slip stitch, and we are starting with 2 loops in the beginning, because now we are crocheting half double crochets. We do it in the way like that. We start with 1 half double crochet in the same loop, so get that we have 2 half. I have made 1 double crochet, sorry, I have to do it again. So 1 half double crochet in this chain. Now we, our first 2 loops are our first chain, so that we have got 2 chains in the beginning, and the next chain we are crocheting 3 half double crochets. Oh, that's my daughter. So, and on the next chain we are crocheting 2 half double crochets in the same chain again, and now we are crocheting in the next chain 3 half double crochets. And in the next one also 2 half double crochets. So that you get a little border here. I think you can do it by your own. We are in the end now. I'm wishing you a lot of fun by doing it by yourself. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and for sure, like ever, I'm very happy if you leave a comment or give a thumbs up. And I hope to see you again when the sun is shining again. See you soon, and